Alright class, in this video I'm going to be talking about the first worksheet of our lettering project, where you are going to be making a color chart, and this is how it looks like. Basically, if you think about it, just like multiplication tables, you got the secondary and secondary colors right here on this column, right? And on the left column, and then on the top you also have the same colors. And basically you're gonna be mixing these colors right next to each other, and not only you're gonna be mixing them, but also you're gonna be blending them, and I'll explain that in a minute. So right here you can see there's yellow and yellow, so therefore this is yellow. And then right here you have orange, and then you're going to be mixing with the yellow. See that? Yellow, orange, yellow, red, yellow, green, yellow, blue, yellow, purple. So you can see that all these colors, all these squares, what they have in common is that they're all going to have yellow, and then they're going to have a little bit of, some of the other colors right here on the top. So when you come here, all these colors are going to have orange plus yellow plus orange plus red plus green, and so on. All of these kind of have red. So in a way, when you look at it, all these have red, all these have green, and so on. And in these ones too, the yellow goes down like that way. Okay? When I color my worksheet, which there's going to be a second video, and I actually videotape the whole process from beginning to end as I was doing the coloring, the mixing and the blending. So you can see it took me under 35 minutes to make this worksheet. And so alright, so one of the best strategies to do this one is that what I like to do is take the darker color, and in most of these colors there's going to be a lighter color and a darker color. So what I like to do, I like to mix what I consider what I call 50% of the darker color, and then put 100% of the lighter color. So in this case, if this is what I call about 50%, and this is what I call 100% of the color. So get familiar with that terminology. I've been using it all year. So this is what I call a 100% red. This is what I call 50% red. So the best way to get nice colors is if you put 50% of the darker color, and then when you take your lighter color, if you go over it 100%. Now I'm doing it fast and carelessly here, but when you actually do your patches or your squares, you wanna actually like mix them the best you can, and I'll be showing you how to do that. But anyway, see that? So that right there, this is yellow and red mixed together, which obviously you can see has a orange tone to it. Okay, so that's what I mean by 50%. So basically what I like to do is I like to, if all these are going to be red, I like to put really fast 50% of the color all over the square first. So if you get my point, I would do that with all of these right here, because they're all going to have red. And then when I mix the other ones, then in this case, this one I'm going to mix it with yellow. I kind of color in a circular motion because I don't wanna have streaking, or in other words, I don't want to have lines. I want it to be smooth, nice and smooth. See that? So if you can see, the color it's all nicely blended. There you don't see like white. Like if you can see here, you can see the white of the paper, right? So we don't want that. We want it to look like this, nicely blended. Okay. And so basically that's what you're gonna be doing with all of these. Okay. Sometimes when the colors are too similar next to each other, then that means that you're not putting enough of one color, and that's when you come back and color it again. Okay. So this is pretty much how you're going to be doing this worksheet. Now you have shades on this side right here, and then you have tints right here on the bottom. This all this means is that you're going to be mixing this color right here. You're going to be putting the color here, and then you're going to be putting a little bit of black and then mix it up. Okay. The way I like to mix with black is that I like to put a little bit. Now remember, the black color pencil, it's really strong, so you need to put a little bit, not too much. So you're gonna go ahead and color about, I would say about 40%, and then you're gonna take the real color and then you're gonna go over it and mix it almost in a circular motion. See that? And that way you're gonna get a nice tint. I mean, I'm sorry, a nice shade, right? Because when we mix a color with black, it's called a shade. When we mix a color plus white, we call it a tint. In this case, if you're gonna put orange right here, I go ahead and put the orange. I don't put the entire color because I want to have flexibility. I put about 50 or 70%. It just depends on how dark the color is. And then I like to take, oops, I don't have a white color with me right now. So anyway, you just take the white pencil and then go over, and you'll see it'll look nice and more like a pastel color. Anyway, so after you're done with this, we just want to, I want you to go ahead and write the definitions for complementary colors, analogous colors, tints, and shades. Alright? Remember that complementary colors are across from each other on the color wheel, or you could say across or opposite of each other on the color wheel. And then analogous colors, they are next to each other on the color wheel. Tints, you know the definition. Tints are a color plus white, and shades are a color plus black, meaning that if you take a color and you mix it with black, you are creating a shade. Okay. But anyway, I think that's pretty much all you need to know about this worksheet. Okay. You can always adjust the colors. If they're looking too much like purple, like in this case, then that means that you need to put more yellow. Okay. So anyway, that's worksheet number 1. And then again, I have a video where I videotape the whole process of me coloring this whole worksheet, and then you can see some things that are hard to explain that you're not aware of when you're doing something. Then you can see it on that video. Okay, thank you guys.